Hello, I am about 6 weeks postpartum, so I finally gathered a small list of things that I think should be some newborn essentials. At least they were for me. It's not a very long list, however, this is my 4th child, so I've kind of weeded out what I think I need and what I don't need. So without further ado, we will get started. The first thing I have right here is a burp cloth. Don't use the bibs. I mean, some of you might want to use bibs, but for me, keep a burp cloth on you, because after my youngest is born, I always forget like how much exactly babies do spit up, especially newborns, if you don't burp them. So even if you do burp them, sometimes it's hit or miss. So we have quite a few of these just kind of laying around. Usually I'll have one in the diaper bag, one downstairs, and then one upstairs. Doesn't matter what pattern, just make sure you have something, just because scrambling for something last minute, or if God forbid it goes down your shirt or into your armpit or neck, not that I know from personal experience, right? Make sure you have something handy. The next thing that I have on my list is a glass bottle. So we personally don't like using plasticware, and we're kind of starting to weed that out of our kitchen. So this is the Dr. Brown glass bottle. This is actually the wide neck version. In the event that we do need to supplement with formula, I want to be able to get it in there. If you've ever experienced the taller, narrow ones, it's very hard to get the formula within like that small opening. So we got the wide neck one. This is the 5-ounce bottle. I really like this bottle. My baby has been just drinking just fine out of it. I do breastfeed as well as pump, so typically if I'm not feeding him directly from the breast, then I am pumping, putting it into a bottle, and my husband and I will feed him. This next item I actually didn't use with a lot of my kids, actually about like 2.5. The half comes from CJ, only took one for a little bit. Some pacifiers. Pacifiers are actually known to help reduce SIDS. So I actually have quite a few different ones. I tried to choose ones that had different shaped nipples or bulbs, if you will. I don't know what they're called, but this one's like a little bit more flat, and then this one's more rounded. So I tried to grab some so that we had some variety. Now on the topic of pacifiers, get yourself a pacifier clip. I have several of them. The amount of times that Micah has dropped his pacifiers while I'm walking around is absolutely insane. Please save yourself the headache, save yourself the trouble, get yourself a clip. They have cuter ones than this. This is the newbie clip, and I also have one from Itsy Ritsy that's way cuter. I'll put a clip in right here. Definitely if you're using pacifiers, make sure you use one of those. And I was totally against pacifiers with my other ones because I was like, I don't want their teeth to be messed up. I don't want this, that. But what I've learned after having 4 kids is that in the event that they weren't using a pacifier, they were using me as a pacifier when breastfeeding, or even when they weren't breastfeeding. So I was like, I need to give my body a break. And while we're kind of near the mouth, I do have these vitamin D drops that I do give Micah. I think it's once a day, but because he does breastfeed, they do lack vitamin D, so we just do a drop of that. All right, now we're gonna go to clothing. I hate baby socks. If you know me, I hate baby socks. For some reason, I've held on to all the baby socks that I've had since Roman, my oldest, who is now 6. Something that I really think is worth it though is get yourself some of these booty socks. I have 2 pairs, and of course I can only find this one. This is from the Honest brand, and they are literally just like little sock booties, and then you clip them around the ankle so that they can't kick them off, which is amazing. Whoever came up with this invention is such a smart person, and I commend them because it's a lifesaver. And especially the other ones that I have, they're kind of like fleece. I hate baby socks. I have like really big beef with baby socks. All right, next is double zip footy onesies. Here's an example. This size is actually a 3-month, and it's adorable, so I had to show you this one over the other one that I have. So it obviously has the footies to cover the feet. Forget the buttons, forget the magnets. You want double zip. And the reason you want double zip is so that when you need to do those changes, you don't have to fully undress them or open up the onesie. You can just zip it from the bottom and then do the diaper change. A lot of the newer onesies have them. But also on the topic of these onesies, you're gonna wanna find the ones that have cuffs for the hand. This is so that when they are scratching at their face, they're not hurting themselves. And it's such a lifesaver because I always feel like such a bad mom every time my baby has scratches on his face. Get yourself these. And here's an actual newborn onesie. Micah's actually not fitting into newborn onesies anymore, which is so sad. We are moving into 0 to 3. And there is a difference, in case you didn't know. 0 to 3 is definitely bigger. And my heart is broken. That means he's getting bigger. And we're just trying to soak up these moments because he is, I think, our last one. All right, next we're moving into swaddles. So I have 3 different swaddles here. to show you guys. This is the traditional Muslim swaddle blanket, and in my opinion this one is not big enough. I have a different one from Target that is much bigger that works. There are times where I have patience for this and there's times when I don't. It really just depends, especially it depends how it fits. You really got to get it right and snug in order for it to do what it's meant to do. I actually have somebody joining me now for the rest of the video, so hopefully we will remain a little bit calm. It doesn't look like it, but we'll try. This is the Swaddle Me Swaddle. It has Velcro on the sides, and I love this one because it does literally all the work for you. It literally has the Velcro on the sides. All you gotta do is wrap them up. It is so foolproof that if you don't want to wrap them in a traditional blanket, get yourself a Swaddle Me or from a different brand. This is just so smart. And then the last type of swaddle I have is kind of, I think it's a transition swaddle, maybe. I don't know. It's also from Swaddle Me. These also come in different sizes, so definitely make sure you know what size you're buying. They have newborn ones too. This is a small medium, and the arms are not there. So like they can have their arms out, wiggling everything. I wouldn't use this until later on though, until the startle reflex is maybe easing up a little bit. But yeah, that's it for swaddles. Moving on to skin, Aveeno Eczema Therapy. This isn't even the baby one, but it has been such a lifesaver. It helped cure the cradle cap that was not only on his scalp, but on his face. It spread everywhere, and this helped clear it up in about 2 to 3 days. I also use it on my third child's skin because he has typically dry skin, and it is winter here in Indiana. The next thing that is on my list is a Boppy, and I promise I'm almost done, you guys. I use this for so many things. As of right now, this isn't even like the newborn one where it has like the bottom. This we use to lay Micah on if we're sitting on the couch and we just want him to lay next to us. This is really great for tummy time as well. Later on when they're sitting up, it helps act as like a barrier in case they do wobble over. I just really think that this is such a good thing to have. It doesn't even have to be Boppy brand. It could be my breast friend or whatever it's called. I use this for breastfeeding too if I ever need like some support on my arm, but a pillow works just fine. You don't actually need a Boppy, but it is nice to have, and if you're a first-time mom, it's nice to like get all the gadgets. This last thing I'm just gonna talk about, and I'll show you a clip of it, but if you are somewhere where the weather drops drastically, it's very cold, it gets chilly and windy, I highly recommend getting yourself a fleece winter cover for the car seat. One of my best friends gifted me one for Micah, and honestly it's so much better than having a blanket because I feel like our blankets always fell off, like whether the wind took them or they like, I think this is beautiful too. I really love the one that she picked out, and she was like, I want to buy you a cute one. So we definitely use it. It is very cold. We're about to go through an Arctic freeze here in the Midwest, and really that's the last thing on my list. And I almost forgot, one last honorable mention is my baby swing. It helps so much when I need to put him down somewhere safe, but also occupy him with music and with a glider. It's so nice, and I highly recommend. I know it's controversial on which one to get, but this swing in particular, I just absolutely love. It calms him so much. There are a few things that I wish I did have, but I'll probably go over that in a different video. So if you have kids, please let me know what newborn essentials you had that I didn't list. I was just kind of trying to list some new things that I never had before, but my little one's getting fussy now. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.